but we are ready to rock and roll. Willie Castro will lead things off for Puerto Rico, and the first pitch of this Friday night contest is bounced out to second base as Castro aggressive on the first offering he sees from Quintana. One up, one down. Seating bull from first to third, wrapping down the lines, a little bit more open seating at the moment, but a swing and a miss, and the first strikeout of the night goes to Quintana. He's the second manager in his 30s that we've seen today. As with one game already in the books, the 2-2 skied out toward shallow center, and backpedaling, Diane Frias is there to put it away. Arenado retired. Puerto Rico gone scoreless. Colombia coming up. All over the place here in San Juan over our last couple of days, just walking around town, talking to people at the hotel and restaurants. The excitement level here is outstanding as Nolan Arenado in front of the wall. Vintage Nolan for out number one in the first.
Well, Nolan Arenado the last couple of years, as everyone talks about, maybe there's a little bit of decline, but you've got 10 gold gloves under your belt. That's a big reason why. Look at that. Staying with that ball. But what a time for him when you think in the last 6 months, moving that no trade clause to get we're talking not spring training, but a chance to face a guy like Seth Lugo.
Swing and a miss on 1 and 2, and Lugo starting strong. He's retired the first two he's seen. Lugo ready. 1-2 pitch. Got him. Good start for Seth Lugo and for this crowd. 3 up, 3 down. We're headed to the top of the second in a scoreless game.
Leighton Count's done that a couple times already tonight.
Just missed the outside black there to Solano. Comes back trying to hold up on his swing, and he's able to do so. So Solano will take a walk. He's the first base runner on either side. Leadoff walk gets Colombia started here in the bottom of 2.
Now, one thing with Seth Lugo, we talked about this last year, had that really good, close to check swing.
6-year big leaguer, 2019 to 2024. Ramirez taps this one left side. Tough play for Arenado, charging bare hand, and he doesn't have a play. So an infield single for Ramirez, and the first 2 on against Seth Lugo here in the bottom of 2.
Still move too, get down that line. 31 years old. Really nothing you can do with this ball. You think you got the AstroTurf, so maybe you can get a little bit of a better bounce, but you really know where to go.
The value of each individual run is so important. Not just your runs scored, but your runs allowed as well. As the bunt down in front of the plate, and a contact play there between Maldonado and Urshela. There is instantly movement from the Puerto Rico dugout as Yadier Molina will come out for a conversation with Alex McKay, our home plate umpire.
Yeah, this is just asking the question about the interference, because that's a play that you could easily fire down to third base. Urshela trying to get down the line. The biggest thing here is if he stays on the line, but you have to clear that path for Maldonado. Trips. It's going to be all shredded. They're not going to look at it.
As Martinez back in, ready to go. And he skies one in the air to left. Backtracking out there. Ramos now coming in. Catch made. Tagging at third and holding. Everybody will return to their stations, and with 2 gone, that'll leave it up to Brian Huelvas.
You can try and see him getting that ball deep into left field, just not deep enough. You can see Harold Ramirez coming up ready. Excuse me, Helio Ramos.
The crowd to their feet for Lugo and Puerto Rico. Right-hander's 3-2 pitch. Got him! Colombia threatens, but does not score. And we go to the top of the third, scoreless in San Juan. Adrian Almeida was a member of this pitching staff for the qualifier last year in Tucson, Arizona. He's got a leadoff strikeout here of Willie Castro. That'll bring up Elliot Ramos. Smaller back in the day. Big cut and miss from Ramos there. And he has gone on strike, second K in 2 to face Almeida. Adrian Almeida, by the way, in his winter ball campaign this year, played for a team that you are familiar with.
Epic career in the big leagues.
1-2 pitch, and Arenado goes down swinging, so a really strong first inning out of the bullpen for Adrian Almeida. 3 up, 3 down. He fans the side. We go to the bottom of the 4th in San Juan.
His age at this point in his career. So definitely maybe coming back, being available.
Ramirez. He is the hit machine today. The lone one as he's 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. The only 2 hits in this ball game, and it's a 1-out base runner for Colombia here in the 4th.
I see that break ball middle of the plate. Getting into it in left field.
And Ryan, man, what a change it is from the early years of the World Baseball Classic that there is the possibility for a veteran player to kind of explain to his team, hey,
with multiple arms and just got that 1 inning.
Out on a hop pass, the lunge of Vernez at short, and it's back-to-back knocks for Colombia in the bottom of the 4th.
And all of a sudden, Colombia getting that second look with that Seth Lugo breaking ball. Here, Urshela. Nothing by Hernandez there at shortstop.
That thing was stung. Martinez, ground ball left side. A chance at 2 perhaps to the bag at second from Hernandez for 1. On to first, 6-4-3. The 1-out single snuck by Darell Hernandez, and no trouble on the bouncer here to end the 4th. We're going to the 5th, still scoreless at Iran Bithorn.
The 5th, but this crowd's just waiting. Patiently waiting for something to get excited about.
And there it is. First hit of the night, Carlos Cortez back up the middle, and a leadoff base runner for Puerto Rico in the 5th. Cortez last year, an outstanding offensive season in the A's organization, and he's got his team's first hit of the 2026 Classic.
Another bad pitch. You get that ground ball, rolled over.
Everybody jumped on that train. They did it in 2023. They're doing it here again, and a line drive to right field is down for a base hit. Hernandez fell coming out of the batter's box, but cutting the bag at second. Cortez digs into third, and it's first and third to get things going for the host team here in the top half of 5.
And sometimes it just takes a little bit. Probably a couple hits strung together. The crowd gets into it. That dugout comes alive. Everyone on that top step stumbles out of the batter's box. Doesn't matter. Puerto Rico now in business.
Yeah, Hernandez was not going to make it to second on that ball anyway. Nice job by Gustavo Capero to get to it and cut it off quickly at the line. But good base running by Cortez, who goes first to third.
Just too excited to get up to first base and show off that Rubio.
And here's Manuel Rivera. And a grounder over to third, and it gets past Urshela. Breaking from third to score the first run of the night is Cortez, and Puerto Rico's on top 1-0.
And look, this is what that home crowd can do to you. You see Gio Urshela, pretty sure-handed third baseman. Over there, down at third, just tried to rush on that ball coming in. Now all of a sudden, Puerto Rico on the board.
Error charge to Gio Urshela as it kicked off the heel of the glove. And the first run of the game comes home on the E5.
That's a tough one. A tough break for Team Colombia.
Trying to deliver here. Nobody out. Runners at first and second. 0-2 pitch. Line to right field. It's down for a base hit. Rounding third base, Hernandez getting the wave at the bag. Throw not in time. 2-0.
Tyler, I tell you what, the crowd's chanting your name. You're down 0-2 left on left. You get a hanging breaking ball. And absolutely light this place up. Knocking in that second run, Eddie Rosario.
Single. Grounder, tough play left side. Urshela gets a good hop, and that will advance Rosario to scoring position, but it's the first out of the 5th inning.
Yeah,
but he wanted this to be his swan song. And he lines one back off the mound and into center field, a base hit. In from third is Rivera. Rosario will hold at third. It's 3-0 Puerto Rico in the top half of the 5th.
Tyler, what a moment from Martin Maldonado. Coming into this tournament, you mentioned the fact he hung him up. He announced that last October, getting a chance to represent Puerto Rico for the 3rd time, World Series champion. It was going to be him or Christian Vázquez was the other option behind the plate. And what a huge moment for him, knocking in that 3rd run.
And a liner right field, that's down for a base hit. Could be extra bases for Castro. 4th run of the inning is in. Castro's into second. It's 2nd and 3rd with 1 out as Puerto Rico keeps the line moving. It's 4-0 in the 5th.
I tell you what, I mean, we were literally just talking about this offense taking a little bit of time to get moving here in the 5th. This crowd hasn't sat down yet. Lord Dewey going back to that changeup, threw a really good one the pitch before, and then just too much plate. We talk about when you have some command issues or you're a little bit rattled.
It was 12 up and 12 down effectively thanks to a 3rd inning double play as Ramos drives one high and deep out to right center field. Campero back, warning track, reaching out, and he hauls it in. Tagging at 3rd and scoring Maldonado. Castro is into 3rd. Man, oh man, Elliot Ramos was feet away from a game-breaking 3-run shot, but a sac fly brings in run number 5.
I tell you what, this is the biggest part of this ballpark too, going to right center field. That's something he did so well last year. 11 home runs on the breaking ball. I tell you what, Puerto Rico did a good job staying tagged up in that situation.
0-2, and a tapper out in front of the plate. Lord Dewey gets to it, and the throw to first. Dug out by Reynaldo Rodriguez. A great job by Rodriguez to wrap things up. But 5 runs on 5 hits in the inning. Puerto Rico's bats have arrived, and the host squad has a 5-0 lead through 4.5. Brian Huelvis will try to wait him out. See if Colombia can do any damage against Puerto Rico's bullpen as we got a leadoff walk for Huelvis. And that may be the end of the day, and it will be for Puerto Rico's starter. 3-2 pitch on the way from Garcia is up and away for ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by 2 different Puerto Rico arms to get things started for Colombia in the bottom of 5.
Here's we get into the month of March.
Garcia deals in the 1-2 in the air. Barely going to escape the infield as Willie Castro settles under for the first out. Waiting on another 3-2 pitch on the way to him from Garcia. And a swing and a miss. Garcia wins the battle here. Out number 2 is Garcia's first strikeout. And with a pair gone, runners remain at 1st and 2nd for Colombia.
Yeah, you can see Garcia just staying on the attack. We talked about that fastball with that really good backspin and just ties up Michael Leroy. You can see him trying inside that ball into right center field, especially with 2 strikes. Just gets tied up.
Creates so many brilliant catchers. 2-1. Might have broken the bat, bounced out to 2nd, and that will bring the inning to a close. Doing a great job getting out of damage. Puerto Rico keeps Colombia scoreless in the 5th.
Those momentum shifts. I tell you what, you claw back into this, just a couple of runs.
3-1, up and away, ball 4.
That's that plate discipline we talked about. Really patient hitter, but again, just get that next level.
1st and 2nd for Martin Maldonado with the runners moving on a sacrifice bunt. The corners were pinched in. They knew the sac bunt was coming, and it's 2nd and 3rd now with 1 gone, and there's that small ball that we talked about earlier.
And look, Martin Maldonado, he's not known for his offense, right? You think you had that big base hit in the 5th inning, but you flip the lineup over. The runs are coming at a premium. It's only been the 5th inning where they've really broken out, but why not? Sacrifice yourself, give that 1 run.
Garcia deals, and a big cut and miss. Elliot Ramos goes fishing on 3 of them, and he's gone for out number 2 in the 7th.
Yeah, good punch out right there from Garcia. Last time we saw him in 2023, it's interesting because scouting report says he's low 90s, but he was pumping good 95s, 97s. See that right at the top of the strike zone, punching out Elliot Ramos. Just trying to find that consistent hard contact again.
Arenado crushes one on a rope to left field, racing back to the warning track. Ramirez gets there to put it away right into the teeth of the wind. Colombia wriggles out of the jam. Bases left loaded. Stretch time in San Juan. Thorne is on one end of that mural. Roberto Clemente gets his own wall on the other side as a leadoff base hit on the first pitch at the bottom half of the 8th inning. Gets things going for Colombia. Michael Arroyo with his first knock of the Classic. Ray is ready. 2-2 pitch. Lined into center field. A third hit of the night for Harold Ramirez. If this is an audition for an NPB job, he is doing some great work here on this Friday night in San Juan. 2 out, 2 on.
Again, Colombia in business. There's some traffic as you're starting to approach the bottom part of this order. You got Giarrochella, Martinez.
And if Urshela gets on, Carlos Martinez is waiting in the on-deck circle, but he is 0 for 3 tonight. And there it is, ball 4. And we will see which way Jose Mascaro wants to play this, but they are loaded up now.
And from the Cincinnati Reds to the New York Yankees last year.
Diaz, first pitch swinging. May have just ended the inning. Fly ball lands in the glove of Carlos Cortez, and that will do it. Colombia leaves them loaded, and we go to the 9th. Puerto Rico with a 5-0 lead. To this roster after some changes in the final days before the start of Pool A. Diaz deals. And a liner into center field and a leadoff base hit for Tito Polo, trying to get his team started here in the 9th against Edwin Diaz.
That's the best chance you got against Edwin Diaz. You're guessing right. You're just going to sit fastball. If you get the slider, you pretty much hang with him. But got something middle of the plate, something you can handle. Eluded him. Not the case the last couple of years.
1-2. That one escapes from Maldonado. And that will put the leadoff base runner Polo into scoring position.
This ball just gets away from maybe a little bit too fired up. See that front leg I'm talking about? That landing foot? Inconsistent at times.
2-2. Swung on and missed.
But again, creates that deception too. Like I said, the ball kind of comes out of nowhere. You talk to hitters in the big leagues. It's kind of got that, like I said, that funky delivery. Hides the ball well. It's just so tough to pick up that fastball and slider, the difference.
RBI single to run scored in the 5th inning. A couple of walks to go along with it. Some amazing headgear to go along with the Team Rubio beard. A wave and a miss from Campero. Back-to-back strikeouts after the leadoff single. 2 gone here in the 9th. Close out a night 1 win for the home team. Kicks and deals. Got him!
Up to come into night 1. It's been since 2013. They saw it all. They saw that 5th inning. Finally, the offense got going. And of course, Edwin Diaz closing it out. First time on home soil for him in front of this home crowd. Man, what a night for Puerto Rico here to kick off the World Baseball Classic.
Bellowing Vamo after getting that final swing and miss. He strikes out the side after the leadoff single. And what a debut on home soil for this Puerto Rico team. Back in this ballpark for the first time in 13 years, since 2013.